Gonna get obnoxious in this. We gonna get ignorant in this bitch. Hey, Amanda.
Hey, Ollie.
Hey,
How
welcome
are
to Babetalk. I'm all right. I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing pretty decent, I guess.
You're doing pretty
Decent
decent.
is the word. Decent's the word.
Decent's the word.
So yeah. I like your Yankees hat. I waited to
Thank
say.
you. Thank you very much. Until
I was a Yankees fan growing up. You know. So
Huh? I did
I
not
might
know
get shit
that.
for that, but I love
no,
Yankees.
please,
Well, you're a true Yankees fan?
True Yankees fan. Today I was actually wearing my my Yankees Jeter jersey, which has no last name on the back. No last name on the back.
Subtle. If you
exactly.
know two, you know two.
You know too. You know too. All right, so let's get the formalities out of the way. Tonight we have Amanda Hyrns of Heroes of Modern Earth. This girl is amazing, incredible. Mama, I just get so excited. Things just start flying out. Tonight we typically would have a full crew, but we don't. It's just gonna be me and Amanda. We're just gonna start spinning back and forth, but it's gonna be an awesome show, right?
Right.
Damn
It's gonna be full of like voices within just me and you though. Like we're gonna have all kinds of voices between just you and I, and it's gonna
Oh,
be
absolutely, and so many point of views, and so many everything. It's just gonna be a bunch of everything.
Yes. Yeah.
All right,
I'm
so
down for that.
we start the show. We start the show weekly by asking our guests in our panel, but since there's no panel, how their day was. And so, Amanda, today we ask you, how was your day?
You just clipped out. What was that? What was that question again?
The question
I'm sorry. Of course, when you asked the question, it was like a glitch in the. What was it?
How was your day? We started the show by asking.
How was my day?
Yes.
I spoke. Today was a very productive day in the Heroes of Modern Earth world, the Amanda Hyrns world, and I spoke to my attorney today about many things, and so for me it was a very productive day, and that's about all I did today. Also, my dryer, it's detached from the wall, and I had to take care of that.
It's just totally
and call
detached
some
from the
people.
wall. Did it detach on its own?
Like the air duct is just because it was against the wall, so it's squished and then ripped. And this happened to us like when we first got here, but yeah. So that's what I did with my day. It was like kind of errand type things, like getting things done. So a couple others, but
That
yeah.
sounds very adult-like. You had a very adult day. You spoke to attorneys, and then you had to fix the dryer.
Lots of adult things were going on recently in my life, I guess. Gotta make responsible decisions. That's my everyday kind of, I guess.
Oh man, this is.
But I did. Right? What is up with it now?
What
but
happened
I guess.
to the good old punk days?
But I mean, if it makes it any punker, is it punker or punkier? I think punker's cooler.
I like punkier. Oh, punker.
Punkier. All right, you like punkier, I like punker. We're just gonna put them together and be like they're both great. Yeah. And if it makes it any punker, it's not easy. It's not like easy shit. So it's not like it's all just happening and.
True.
Being an adult
if anything, like
I'm just being a person in the real world, and I'm trying fucking hard.
Do you remember the episode of As Told by Ginger where Macy had to play the little seal girl, and her song was just like, "I am just a poor." She was like, Did you remember the episode?
I watched a few episodes of that show when I was younger, but I don't really remember much of it.
Like she was saying, like, I'm just a little seal girl living in a real world, and it's so hard to survive. And then sometimes I think that I cry.
That sounds familiar.
Yeah, like it was like a pretty real thing.
That's me, except I'm not a redhead.
You're not a redhead, and you're not a seal. Or
I'm not a seal. No. I don't even
Are you
know.
related to Seal?
Actually, my distant cousin.
Must have been a slave owner or something like that.
But yeah. Yeah, how was your day? Am I allowed to ask that?
My day, yes,
what did you do today?
You are allowed to ask that. My day was.
Am I allowed? Will I get arrested?
No, you're gonna. I'm gonna send a police over to your house, and then they're gonna arrest you for noticing the host.
All right, yeah. So, shoot.
So my day was filled with. My mother works at a school, so they're putting on a production of Shrek Jr. And
rad.
I did not know that Shrek was made into a musical until like this past year when her school was like, yeah, we're gonna do Shrek Jr. And I was like, oh,
I didn't know that either.
Yeah, no, it's pretty much like scene for scene from the movie, except like towards the end of the scenes, there's just musical parts.
Lots of singing.
Just lots of singing.
Is there a lot of like Smash Mouth and Counting Crows?
They end the musical with like a huge like I'm a Believer scene. So like
yeah,
it's kind of like that. They should have more Counting Crows in it.
They should actually. I don't even know. For some reason my gut's telling me that Counting Crows did do a song, but I don't think. They did, actually.
Forever in Love, because I'm pretty sure that was in the.
Oh yeah.
One. So you said, what's the problem, baby?
You know, if they didn't choose Smash Mouth or Counting Crows for Shrek's movies, who knows if they would have. That would have been the make it or break it right there.
Oh, absolutely. Like, it's weird. Like, do you remember, like, there were certain soundtracks that were just, like, very well done. I remember Shrek was one of them. Scooby-Doo was actually another one with Sugar Ray in it.
Yeah. Yep. That was pretty awesome.
Those were the bangers back in the day.
Those were. Fuck yeah.
Like, I remember when I think Smash Mouth, Sugar Ray, Summerland went on tour last year. I think it just made up a band.
Yeah, I went to one of those. It's a Summerland tour. That's what they call it. I went like 2 years. No, I actually went like 3 or 4 years ago when I first. Was it in 2011? It was before I had gone to Michigan. I'm pretty sure it was that. It was then, that summer. But yeah, I went and this is my Summerland tour story. It was the first tour that they did that too, I'm pretty sure. And it was Sugar Ray, Everclear,
Everclear, yeah.
Crap, what was it? Because I didn't... Oh, the Gin Blossoms.
Okay.
And it was just a total 90s tour. Fucking
absolutely, like right
kick ass.
Like the moment you saw it, you're just like, yep, whoosh, nostalgia.
Yeah, and like this. I'm cutting out of my story for a second. This last summer was Smash Mouth and Sugar Ray, but I missed it.
Okay, that's why.
But that was probably even cooler. But yeah. So mine, when I went with my. One of my best friends at the time, still one of my best friends, all-time, lifetime friend, Jake, and we went outside. What?
Same Jake I'm
No,
thinking?
probably not.
Okay.
Probably not. And Jake Shields.
Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, wrong Jake.
Yeah, and so we went out for a cigarette, like in between, or we went out for a cigarette in the middle of Everclear, because to be honest with you, I never had an Everclear, like nobody showed me Everclear when I was a kid, so I wasn't like totally invested in their set at all, and so we left for a cigarette, and we're like just taking our time, because we're like, we want this to end, and we want to go in there and see Sugar Ray, and so 10, 15 minutes, maybe 30 minutes later, we go inside, and Sugar Ray is playing their last song.
Oh,
and it was the worst. It was like, I was so disappointed, and actually I realized it wasn't in 2012, and so I had a stack of demos with me of been around the block and never gave up on good times, and I had a stack. So I brought a couple with me, and I was just like, fuck it. Like, I don't even know, like, this is the stuff I do at shows sometimes. I threw this CD up on stage, and it almost smacked Mark in the face, or that's his name, right? Yeah, Mark McGrath.
Mark McGrath. Oh,
and it almost smacked him, and I was like, fuck. But they were playing Fly, and it was at least, at least we got to see that, and somebody ran and grabbed the CD. I saw somebody grab it, and then, like, we left right after, and we were just like, what do we do? And it was before I had ever. It was in a moment where we were just like not sure what to do with our like band at the time, like with Heroes of Modern Earth, what to do at that moment. So I was like, that was one of those next chances I was trying to take. So we were like, let's go, let's do this, let's make this a night to remember. And we looked for the tour buses, and we found them. And I wasn't expecting like to actually find them, and then the one person that comes out in between all of them and out of like the buses to be Mark McGrath, and there he is, 10 feet from us, right? And we were sitting on the curb, and he was like right there, 10 feet, and I really just wanted to be like, here's a CD, like, let's do a song together. That's not. I mean, I don't even know if that's
like a plausible thing.
Yeah. So, but I tried, and a security guard on a bike. As we're walking, it's like the holy moment, one of the holy moments in my life, and the security guard, he comes up on the bike. He's like, you can't be here. I'm like, he's right there. I just want to hand him a CD. It's no big deal. Like, come on, man. And I remember, like, it was just one of those moments where it didn't really matter whether I gave him the CD or not, but it just it was one of those moments where I was looking within myself, like, this is another time in my life where I just wanted, the only reason I wanted this person to hear my music is to, like, fulfill that, like, that hole in my heart that I just want to fill up with, like, some belief, and so I was so let down, and we walked away, and I was just like, in the end, it didn't even matter. But that was my Sugar Ray story. That actually it was a weird night. I went to that show, and it was a weird night. It was a blur, but we like just ended up. It ended up being a night to remember, I guess. So there you go.
I'm
That's my Sugar Ray story.
That's your Sugar Ray story, not the happiest of stories.
I actually have one.
I think it got closer to Mark McGrath than like any of us ever have. Like IRL.
It was weird. It was weird. And it was at the Revel too, so it was like
oh wow, okay.
Strange territory because we had no idea how to get around. It was too big.
Yeah, I was gonna say, like, if it's anywhere like any of the local venues, like usually tour buses are like heavily guarded and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But I think Revel was like
it was
too
when
new
it just
and
opened.
like yeah, they probably had no idea what they were doing.
But hey, it's closed now.
Security
it was
guy on a bike.
It's a big ass van or big ass casino, and like every single room in that building was massive.
Yeah. They honestly made that casino like the Titanic with like just like it's going to be one of the biggest casinos that we're going to bring in. It's going to bring in all the gambling and like all the entertainment. It's going to be fantastic and wonderful. And oh shit, it's sinking and we can't save this motherfucker. Oh god, what's happening?
It had potential.
Gone. Oh yeah,
it really had potential. But I mean, there's just too many casinos.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that there's just too many. There needs to be a few, and then all the other space that's empty and vacant needs to be used. I think Atlantic City needs to be a lot more family oriented and like
absolutely
event oriented and
100%.
like if there's gonna be casinos and gambling and sex and alcohol and gentlemen's clubs,
That's pretty.
There's gonna be all of that. It's gonna just sink. It's gonna just sink. It's gonna thrive, but it's gonna thrive only in those areas, and it's.
Well, as of right now, it's like not even thriving. I mean, like we're having issues like trying to keep casinos open for one, trying to have people come down into the area to spend money into it, and there's just no reason for people to really come into it in Atlantic City anymore.
Yeah, like, because there are casinos all over the place now.
Yeah. Oh, that's even worse. Like they're opening casinos more in Pennsylvania. They're opening more casinos in New York. And they're just like, all right, we're just going to start taking money. And, like, they're starting to say now that, like, just like you said, it would make so much more sense if we were to start doing, like more resort areas and less, like, casino. Like, I think they want to put, like, a Sahara Sands type building over by where the Revel was. Even though that's supposed to be into Stockton, which is now going to be taken away because Trop Plaza was like, I don't really want casinos over there.
Wait, what happened? What happened?
Oh yeah. The Trump Taj Mahal is actually Trump Enterprises or Trump Big Man. When they wrote the contract for the area, apparently they did a contract with Showboat that building will be occupied only by casinos. So when the Stockton deal went down, that Showboat. I'm saying Revel. Showboat. Excuse me. Would be taken over and made into a. The hotel program for Stockton, the Ocean campus.
They were going to do that, right?
Yeah, they were going to do that, but then Trump said, no, fuck you, we really only want a casino there.
Damn.
Yeah, which is going to deter everybody because no one wants to build a casino there.
Wow. Well, I just hope things. I mean, I've seen a lot of different plans being made, a lot of different ideas. I think there are a lot of good ones happening, and there are a lot of good ones floating around right now. Because I'm feeling like a big, comeback for Atlantic City. Maybe not the next couple of years, but the next decade.
Within the decade, we'll definitely see an upswing. Yeah. Like within our generation, we'll see Atlantic City thrive.
Just something that is new and will bring like some type of destinations.
So Amanda Hyrns, if you had your choice, what would you put? What would be like your big project in Atlantic City? To bring people in.
My big project.
Your big project.
It's not like I haven't thought of that. I have thought of that.
Yeah?
No. I've thought a lot about it though. Like I have, because I've talked about this recently. But if I were to do something, really, I think it would be cool to have a venue again, like House of Blues. I just think there needs to be a venue like that. Not too big, not too small, but a venue that's like that's sustainable and that is run by the right people and has a eclectic mix of bands that come through, not just a single scene or this or that, but just something that will really like give every musician, music lover a destination. There are a couple of hopefuls and like stuff. There are a couple of venues that have like the Boneyard or La Grande Fromage that are like the only thing we've got right now, and they're doing great. I think that's great, but there needs to be something that it sucks that House of Blues is gone because that was a good venue. I think
that was a fantastic venue, and we brought some great acts over. Well, not we, we. But like there are always great acts that were to roll through House of Blues, and they have a great diversity when it comes to booking people over there.
That's where I saw all of my first shows. That's where That's where I saw being used for the first time.
Oh my God, me too! Wait, what year?
I have my ticket downstairs. I was just looking at it today.
I think I might have it over here. Holy shit.
2008, 2009.
Shit. Oh my god. I seriously think we're at the same show.
Dude,
I 100%
I think we were there.
we're
I
at the
think we
same
were there.
show.
It was before. It was. I don't think I really knew anyone. It was when I first started going to like local shows too, and was it? Are you talking about the used?
Oh, the used. Oh, absolutely.
Or
Yeah.
Census Fail?
The used.
Okay. Yeah.
And then overboard. Now, see, that was at the TLA. Back when the House of Blues used to have shows, that's when I actually saw my first show was the used over there.
Yeah, that
the
was
first night I got drunk was actually at the House of Blues.
At House of Blues.
That was fun. I mean, like venues like that for a good sized crowd.
Yeah.
Bring in a lot of money, bring in a lot of great acts that that one usually wouldn't see in like a rural area or anything like that.
Yeah.
Atlantic City is kind of ish in a rural kind of like part of New Jersey. I mean, like we are by like the shore and we have all the attractions, but like if you were to take all that away, what would we have?
Yeah.
So and it would only make sense.
We have Ocean City.
We have Ocean City. We have Wild.
We have the
Run.
boardwalk.
There's nothing really coming down there.
No.
It's like the local carnival that's just there like every week, and like you get on Grandpa's shoulders and you ride the carousel around
exactly.
a little bit, and then you go see a show.
You just go, you hang out, and you are kind of purposeless because you can't buy shit every day that you go, so you're just there.
Exactly.
And like I mean, the only and my beach is Longport.
Oh, Longport.
Yeah,
Oh.
I that's my beach. So
my beach, it really, I go there a lot, but it's not really like my beach. But Seattle City.
Really?
Yeah.
I never used to go there, but a couple summers ago I started going there for the skate park because that's like the only skate park that's left in South Jersey.
True.
I mean, there's I think. I mean, who knows if Brigantine skate park? I know that was like one of the only cement skate parks. But yeah, I was going to Sea Isle.
I'm sure it's not there anymore.
Really?
I think so. Only because like, oh no, wait, no. I think I might be a liar. I'm gonna have to ask Sponge later.
You're a liar.
I think I might be. I'm sorry.
No, it's good. But I was going to Sea Isle for that, and LBI too. I never used to go, but their beaches are awesome. They're huge and massive. Another thing about their beaches. But yeah.
I've actually never been out to LBI before, or Seaside.
You should go, and because like last summer, I was going there a few times just to, because it was like, it's like growing up in Atlantic County. Me and my friends, we took many drives, and we pretty much, like, discovered all of Atlantic County. So we're like, now it's like, okay, we need new places to go, even if it's a little bit farther this time. Like, and so LBI was a spot the past couple years.
Isn't that crazy though? How like we grow up and like we're just like always bored, so we adventure out of boredom.
Yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure
and
that's,
just listen
that's
to
like
music.
Listen to music. That's like such
car.
a recurring pop punk theme, but like that's
constant. Like
that's
the
what
one
it was.
that's like honestly, and it still is my number one choice to have fun. If you asked me to go on a drive and just listen to music, I will say yes.
At all times.
No matter
it's just fun.
At all times.
Because then like you get into the talks with your friends, you get into like the
moment. You get in the moment.
You literally just get into the moment.
Yeah.
And it's
moments, like many moments.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
It's great. Because you don't have to talk. You don't have to.
No, not all the time.
You just look out, and even at night, like you just look outside and you listen together. It's awesome.
One of the funniest things that like it was tragic in a very obvious way, but we were coming. It was me and my friends coming home from a Wonder Years show, and we were all tired. We were all just like relaxing, listening to the Wonder Years, and my friend didn't see this poor possum, and this poor possum got stuck between a bad place and our tire and did not survive. Now, that's a very fragile way of saying it because it all happened very fast. We just hear like a ah, and then just like an awful sound, and then we're like ah, and then like I think the song was Logan's Circle that came on, and then we all just like instantly started singing just to like not acknowledge what just happened.
Yeah.
So
you forgot.
Like, they turned on the phone today, and Logan's Circle, and just like awkwardly just started singing. And we never made mention of this like to each other. We tell the story separately, but us three have never once collectively just talked about it. It's always just like. So remember that time we sang like Logan's Circle? Just like yeah, that's it. Yeah, we don't still talk about that.
Yeah, it's tragic. It's sad.
We had
possums. You know, they have it rough.
They fucking do.
Sue was
like, my life is a pigeon, but like, nah, man, my life is a possum.
They're hated everywhere.
Worse. At least people like use like homing pigeons for like a purpose. There's no purpose for possums.
Oh man, it's so sad.
They just try and cross the street. They fake their own deaths to try and get out of situations. Like, who the fuck does that?
I want to tell you this possum story, but I'll make it short.
No, we got time. Okay, tell whatever you want.
So I was in the car. We're around Ventnor, and it was just random. Me and a couple peeps, and me and Kelsey, and somebody else, and we were going down the street. It was in nighttime, and we had to stop in the middle of the street because we see a possum, and not only is it there walking across the street, it's dragging one of its back legs.
Oh my god!
Very slowly. It was like slow motion. It was slow motion. It was just like shh, 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 shh.
How the actual fuck? What?
I shouldn't be smiling. We only laugh about it because it's like life. For that to happen, like for us to witness that, we witnessed probably its last few moments, maybe couple, like who knows how long after that it lived. It was so sad. It was so depressing. We didn't even move, even after it left and went through the bushes to the right. We just waited even for another 30 seconds, stopped in the middle of the street, trying to process that this just happened. But
I don't think I'd be okay. Yeah. Honestly, I think that'd be like, guys, I gotta go home. It's like, I'm very sorry. But
I need to write a song about it.
I need to write a song. Oh! Driving home on Ventnor Ave. I thought my life is shit, but
it was Dorset, I think.
My legs on my back. On Dorset.
Yeah, there you go.
And then one start a pop-punk side project.
Hey, I think you got it. I think you got it down. That was quick.
Right.
That was quick.
Oh yeah, I am the pop punk king. I am pop punk nigga. We all know this.
Pop punk alley.
Oh man, pop punk alley.
One word.
So, just one. Get tattooed right here, just like. Or on my knuckles, I have it backwards. So when I punch kids in the face, just have little residue of ink to be like pop punk alley. That's how I roll.
You could do P-Punk, ready on your knuckles, you could do P-Punk Ollie. P-Punk Ollie.
But that would say, pretty punk Ollie. Because for aesthetic reasons, people use, P-tight, or, it's P-cool, V-tight. So I'm just going to be
you're right,
I'm going to be pretty punk.
Pretty punk.
Yes.
Pretty punk Ollie.
Pretty punk Ollie. That's the.
You could put a little tiara on over the eye as the dot.
That's way too fucking good.
Yeah.
I'm gonna mock this up.
You can't. This just you can't make this stuff up. It just comes naturally.
Oh, absolutely not.
I don't know. Okay. This doesn't happen. These ideas are just.
Oh, they're just
once in a lifetime.
Fantastic. I actually wanted to pick your brain. I want to pick your brain.
About what?
I don't know how often you do festivals, or like you did festivals when you were under Heroes of Modern Earth. But War Tour is a thing. We're doing Surf
Yeah,
and Skate
I haven't.
this year.
Just
You have not done.
yeah.
Oh, you say okay. So, what is your opinion? Like, do you enjoy the concept of Warp Tour, especially with the Battle of the Band stuff that's been going on? Um,
Yeah.
as I've learned the actual like inner workings of it, people can vote all they want for the bands that they want to play for the Battle of the Bands, but it's ultimately up to Ernie Ball to decide like whether they want to or not, and it ends
Yeah.
up becoming a political game at some point in time, and we all damn well know it. So like, when it comes to stuff like that,
Yeah.
or do you have like a personal opinion? What do you think about these festivals or Warp Tour?
All right. Well,
From an art standpoint.
when it comes to like bands, let's start with the band, the Battle of the Bands.
Mm-hmm.
I have in the past tried that out, but now at this point in my life, everybody changes. I've grown since whenever that was, which was years and years ago. And my opinion on battle bands now is because of my experiences with my own bands, my own music, but also being around other bands in and out of that Warped Tour scene and also locally, everything. With my experiences overall, I think it's it's very contradicting like my beliefs and like I really always want to be like, do what you love. You can do anything you want to do. I want to always push that for people. I want people to always follow their dreams because I want to always follow my dreams, whether other people like it or not. And I hope that everybody does that and plays music for that reason because they actually love it. And I mean, that's, it's hard for me to say whether I agree with the Battle of the Bands or not, or if I think you should just go on tour and get signed and get that help that you need somehow, whether you did sign or not. You don't have to. I mean, whether you do whatever you do, get on Warped Tour or these festivals by climbing to the top, not by getting votes or spamming your shit everywhere. Like, I mean, I don't like bands that spam the fuck out of everything, and I really don't. I don't like spamming and like begging. I don't like that, and maybe I've done that in the past where it's like because I was trying to, I didn't really know. You gotta trial and error. I think is what a lot of bands that I love had to do is trial and failed, and then they try it again and try again, and that's how I think. Yeah. So for bands, I'm not a fan of like any type of competitions or anything in general.
Yeah.
I just don't like competitions because no matter what judges, if there's judges, I don't know if I totally agree with them. And the next person might, but then the next person might not, and the next person might, and the next person might not. It's like who's the judge? That's why I don't like that type of thing. So I haven't really, when bands, like there has been a band or two that have asked me to share their page for Ernie Ball's thing, and I said, I'm sorry, I don't want to like offend you. It doesn't mean I won't support you in the future or like go to a show or do something to help you out in the future, like something that will any way to help. But this I just don't support in a greater sense than like I do. support it less than I do, so I would rather not participate in it, and
Absolutely. Yeah.
that's really it. So with that, that's how I feel. With Warped Tour in general,
Yeah.
um, I think so. I had the privilege of going to Warped Tour 2 years in a row, and actually going behind the scenes and seeing things back where the bands roam, and uh, it was
Bands I love
actually
to
a
see.
pretty man. It was a bittersweet experience because for me, I'm not really. I'm a very passionate person, and I will speak my mind in many cases. I sometimes I have a lot of things to say, sometimes I don't. Sometimes I say the right thing, sometimes I really don't. And sometimes I just can't. I sometimes I'm just completely shy or completely shut off or like I can't. I don't like not if I feel that I don't have a place or I don't belong, especially I will speak less than I will speak. So my what was bittersweet about it was I got to see where I could be maybe someday, and how like maybe someday I could be one of these bands that they weren't just here today, they were other places like here, like in Susquehanna, at the Susquehanna Bank Center.
At the Bank Center, yeah.
Um, like any place like that, there are hundreds of those places around the country, and uh, it just it was very inspiring to me, and it was really great. Like it gave me a lot of hope, but it also was like, okay, so what's the deal? I've got all this music, and I'm signed to this label. So why do I still feel like I don't deserve to be here? Why am I here in
Mm.
general? And I just was there to observe in the end, I think, and it was pretty interesting when I saw uh, all of the all the stuff that goes on backstage there is the
Mm.
same stuff that goes on anywhere, and uh, everyone's they're just people, and it's very fucking weird to see these people in real life because I tend to feel like reality sometimes is just crazy to me in general. So when I was back there, I was just like, what is going on? Like, and so I can't really speak of certain instances, but I I don't totally think that it's. I think a lot of people think tours are corrupt, and like they're now in it for the hype and the money and all that. But they're like, I'm pretty sure they were like on the verge of not of being like bankrupt uh, a couple years ago.
I believe so too.
And I think everything that's happening with Warped Tour is meant to happen. It's supposed to be this scene that's going on right now because this is, I mean, if I'm not particularly satisfied with all of the bands that Warped Tour has chosen the past 5 years or so, whatever. I'm not even that old enough to
Oh,
have
true.
have experienced Warped Tour at its prime, apparently, and I believe it was awesome, probably from what I've watched or read, and but I believe that's just because a lot of bands in the past 5 years, it's either or, and the great bands that we had when we were growing up, like in the early 2000s, I guess, and like mid 2000s, I'll speak for myself. I can't speak for anybody else, but I think a lot of social media, I think a lot of a lot of pop culture, the like how it's fluctuated like intensely and extremely, like in especially mainstream music and all of the watered down shit that is happening. I think it's affected a lot of writers, a lot of bands, a lot of people in general, society in general. We're all kind of cheapening ourselves, and everything's kind of cheapening, and quality is cheapening, and it's too easy to record. So that's why I think maybe it's been, I feel like I've been a little less satisfied with the music. But recently, I've seen a lot of passion and a lot of good music rising and like coming out of the woodwork, and like all of a sudden I think a lot of bands across the country and a lot of people across the country, like me or you, that love music and love this, what's going on, love pop punk, love like punk rock, anything like that, anything underground, not everything that's everywhere. I think that everybody is getting a true, growing a true artistry and a true passion for everything again. And there's like this originality that is original because everyone's so like desperate, and so like it's like all of that saturated shit it happened, and it's still happening, but it's like almost like getting it's pushing out actual like awesome stuff because of, and not all of it is going to be awesome, but a lot of awesome stuff is coming out, and I feel like there are going to be a lot of awesome choices to be put onto Warped Tour, and any of these other big festivals that are happening. Like, I think there are a lot of eclectic, awesome choices that are being made, and not all of. I'm not satisfied with all of them, but I don't think anybody's satisfied with everything. So.
True, that makes sense. I like that, because like you're saying, just like it's getting saturated and watered down, and then it just like becomes so repetitive, and now like people are just like screaming like, no, stop!
Yeah.
Like
there are a lot of people
they're
that
shaking
are.
Yeah. They're literally shaking the genre. They're going like, this is what you could be, and then they flip it on their own.
Yeah.
And then they end up doing it.
Yeah. So like any festival, not even just Warped Tour. I think.
Yeah. Anything
even out of that scene, I think there are many groups and bands that it's like refresh new stuff nowadays. Like there's just too many decades behind us and too many eras, and now it's just all over the place. Now we're like at this place where it's just everything goes, and who knows? Everything goes. Who knows?
All right,
So that's it, right? That was it. Battle bands, and then Warped Tour / festivals themselves.
I got so much more out of like what you think of Warped Tour than like I think I would have ever expected, because like I love the view that they chat about, like the actual way that the genres are going. I mean, Warped Tour, yes, it will eventually get better, but like just the opinion on the actual bands itself.
Yeah, I don't want to, I don't like to be too negative, because I don't want anyone to think I'm like, I try to understand why things are the way they are. So that's all. Like, I try to justify bad things sometimes when I don't like them. And maybe that will be the way I can change it, or maybe that will be the way it can be changed. Is like if you see the brighter side of something that sucks.
Yeah.
So.
Look at you, you amazing person, you.
Nah.
So speaking of you, we're actually going to get into our interview portion of the show. Timed perfectly, actually. So, Amanda Hyrns, you are Amanda Hyrns.
Amanda Hyrns? Yes, that's me.
Yes, it you. We're gonna discuss Heroes of Modern Earth, and before we get into the slew of questions that I'm gonna throw at you, I'd love a brief, well, not brief. I'd love a history of the band itself, like origin story, when you put it all together, so you can start just hackling away at that.
Yeah, this is a good time for that. I've been wanting to do something like this for a while, and you know, Ollie, it's pretty awesome that it's with you. It's pretty.
God, I love you. I'm glad.
I feel like if anything, I'm even more up for it because it's you. So.
Oh yeah, I'm glad. I'm very glad. I'm very, very, very glad. To be honest with you. I love bringing my friends on the shows, and then like when they actually want to do it, it's just like, oh shit, we're gonna have a great ass time.
Yeah. All right. Well, this is good. This is good. So let's see. Let me just give me. Let me. I need like 15 seconds to collect everything.
Go right ahead. I wish I had the Jeopardy like doo doo.
Right. Actually, we need some like instrumental, like chill music to like get my head in the game. I need it like it's got to be like deep. It's got to be deep. Not the Jeopardy. That'd be a little funny, but it's got to be deep because I need to think back. I need to dig deep into the inner workings and the history because it's sometimes all a blur and I can't remember if something happened before something or after it, and then they're all like, at this point because I've been doing this for 10 years. Like since I could, and since I had a since I had I had heart, and I realized I had a say. I picked up guitar, and since then, so I always get this wrong. It's not what. So, Ali, how old are you?
I am 23.
You're 23? I'm 21. Okay, so your freshman year in high school, what year was that?
We're looking at 2006.
2006?
67?
Yeah, because then I was in 7th grade. We're going back to middle school.
Yeah.
So I was in
kindergarten.
She was in kindergarten. I'm kidding. We're kidding.
Oh, I forgot you can't hear me.
No, when I was in 7th grade, you were in 5th grade. That's still crazy. There is I was just saying, there's a giant growth spurt from 5th and 7th grade. So.
True.
Okay. So, 2005, I picked up guitar.
Okay.
I recently remembered that I started a band, my first band with this girl, Hannah, and we were, I got a guitar at TJ Maxx. It was like that starter kit, a starter kit, and we had our friend Sean on drums, and in her basement it was me on guitar, her on guitar. We had 2 mics wrapped around the pipes for both of us, and then the drummer had 2 drum sets each other and used all of it. Like it was 2 drum sets at once, and we were just fucking like we were just screaming and it didn't sound good, not from what I remember. But it was, if you want to talk about punk, that was pretty fucking punk. That was pretty awesome. Without even really knowing it, because I never really I was never exposed to punk as much as I wish I was. But, I mean, I was listening to a lot of Dead Kennedys, and that's because of my dad, but that was it. Like, the punkest stuff I listened to around then was that. That was when I like, had just found out about him because of my dad. And I had a hold of my dad's AC/DC CDs, Dead Kennedys. That's when I found out about Green Day and Blink-182.
Okay.
And so we were just like doing all that kind of just random mix of all of that shit, and The Offspring, and that was all I listened to back then. So that was that was my first little band thing, and they were older than me too, so I was just like this little fucker, like screaming, like my voice is probably like, man, I'm fucking gay. Anyways. Oh, I need to plug the charger in.
Okay.
Oh. We good?
Singing about your seventh
Is that
grade
right?
problems.
Yeah, that's
My
right.
friend cheated on the test. I didn't think he did the best.
Well, I don't know. Like we were. She was like a little older than me, like a couple years, and we sung about, like, I remember we did sing about a couple like real shit, but I can't remember. But anyways, all right. So after that didn't last like too long, and I moved from Ventnor. That was in Ventnor, and I moved to Northfield, and it was in the beginning of the summer that year, and I just was like pretty much by myself all summer because I didn't know anybody. But that was when MySpace was like prime, and so I met people on MySpace, and they're like, "Oh, new girl," like, and so that is how I made friends. But I didn't I didn't see anybody all summer, so I just had my guitar, and that was when I first started actually writing songs by myself, and I remember, I still have my notebook from that summer.
Oh, wow.
And all of the songs, and I remember my first song was so fucking cheesy, but yeah, after that I didn't have any bands until I think I started my first band. I met can I just, I mean, it doesn't matter if I say like real names.
Oh,
I mean,
no.
right now it's just people we know, so
Yeah.
you know these guys. So you know Kevin Wicker?
Yeah.
I met him at Guitar Center, and I was just playing at Guitar Center by myself, and he was like, "Yo, you're like awesome. Like how old are you?" And he was going to Charter Tech at the time.
Yeah,
And
because he was going to school with me.
yeah, and I was like, "Oh, thanks." And I think we exchanged numbers, and that's how my first band started, was with Kevin Wicker. I can't remember if he was on drums or bass. I think he was on drums. And
Yeah.
then who was next? Sean Kent came in.
Oh, shit.
And Josh. Wait, no, we practiced in Josh. Fuck, I can't even remember his last name. See, this is bad. I don't want to bring up names because I'm gonna forget them, and they're gonna get offended. But I don't mean it's just too many people in the past, too many. But it was Sean Kent, Anthony Macera.
Okay.
And I can't remember who else, but we got together, we tried something, and it was interesting. And then I met this kid from Marmora, and we brought him in, and it kind of switched out. Everything was just like, wow. And me and Vince, for some reason, decided him and I are going to Wait, what happened?
No, sorry.
Okay.
Sorry.
Him and I decided we're not going to play with these guys anymore. I don't know why. I don't know. I think it's because Anthony didn't want to play anymore. So then it started to fall off with like Sean and Kevin, and I don't think it was like any
Yeah, I'm pretty sure
bad blood.
around that time they all just started doing their own thing anyway.
Yeah, it wasn't like anything
I
bad.
think that was
like,
around the same time that Barriers was actually starting to pick up.
Yeah, it was. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
And so we went. So it was just me and Vince, and bass just moved to Upper Township, completely opposite direction from Galloway, and so my life like totally changed, and we started playing with people that were out there, like you remember Last Try and Hand Me Down Buick and
Hand Me Down Buick. Oh hot damn.
we started hanging out with those guys, and
Yeah.
well, not in Hand Me Down Buick, but in Last Try, and yeah, so that was my band. Long story short, we named it Long Story Short, and we tried. That was my first band. I think that officially was my like actually like first band. I consider that. So I was writing pretty much everything. Vince had a pretty decent say. He recorded mainly everything. I'll give him that, like, that he took it into his own hands and, like, got a studio set up, and I actually learned a lot from hanging out with him and recording our own stuff. Because now I use Cubase, and I only know what I know because of my experience, like, recording with him, which was pretty awesome. I was lucky enough to have been able to do that. But so that lasted for like like a year and a half, maybe two, and it was just we played a couple shows. I don't think we played that many, and that's just because things just got really pretty bad. Like that was when I started drinking, and I was doing a lot of shit, and it was because it was with those guys, and it was all kind of like a weird couple years. It was just that was the most the first monumental stage in my life where I like was finding out what I really wanted in music, in life, in general, and who I was, who I wanted to be. That was my first like monumental time in my life where I like that was why I was like, okay, you guys are not good for me and good for my music. I actually write this shit for a reason, and you just use it to fuck around, and I'm not okay with that. So I moved on, and it was the best fucking. And after that, I was significantly happier, and even just not having a band for a little while was really good for me and good for like my growth. Because then after that, I just got my own setup. I got my own speakers, my own stuff, and I put matters into my own hands, and I recorded lots and lots and lots of stuff, just whatever random. And I've got all of that stuff, all the demos throughout those years that, whether it's some things sounded good, some things horrible, but it was awesome. And I even just taught myself a lot more from like trial and error. Back to that, like trial and error with because that stuff can be complicated, but if you just like mess around and not be afraid to like mess up, or you're okay with being if you're okay with not being technical and educated and mean, all of that, and you're all right with just experimenting and just whatever comes out of you, then that's what you got to do. Is just trial and error. And so that's what I did for a little while after that. And then I met Jake, and he became my best friend instantly. And he played bass. He was in another band, and I was just like, Jake, like, even if you're in that band, can we start something, please? Like, you're awesome, and I feel like we could write some really meaningful stuff and some really great stuff. So we did it, and that's when we came up with the band name. It Reminds Me of Home. And funny story was, there's a whole backstory that I'm leaving out, and it's the meaning for everything in the beginning. But I'm just giving the timeline, the history.
Okay,
so,
that's so fun.
So we named the band It Reminds Me of Home. Do you know that episode of SpongeBob with the Pretty Patties?
Oh yeah, I can probably quote that episode.
Yeah, so you know the Scottish, you know the Scottish
It reminds me of home. Oh my god.
It reminds me of home.
Holy hell.
Yeah. That's why, because
That's
he
amazing.
was. So we named it. We were just like, okay, that's great, and it's cute because my friend Liz, she was like, you should name it that. You should, and she would just be like, it reminds me of home, and like I was like. There is a backstory, even more so to that, why it was a great choice. But that was it. So
okay.
That's where it came from. That's where it came from. But so that was when like Bamboozle was actually a big, and me and Jake wanted to try to play the break contest.
Oh yeah.
But it was just me and him, and we didn't have a drummer. I can't remember. I can't remember if he was gonna like maybe play drums just for that or not, or because I don't remember ever asking around for a drummer or not. I can't remember that. So let me think. Okay, so yeah, so Josh Kubernaut.
I know all of them.
Yeah, you know the Kubernats. Oh, you know of him. Okay, I thought you said I know all of them.
No, I know.
All of them.
No, sadly not.
So I had known him from Fireall shows in the past, and we never got a chance. Like, I knew he was in bands, a few bands, and I knew he played guitar, so I asked him to come over one day and hang out with me and Jake, and I actually just found, I had a tape recorder from a dollar store around then. I got it, like, a little bit before that, but like, around when I first met Jake. So I brought my tape recorder when we hung out for the first time, and, I mean, I might be wrong if it was the very first time, but it was the first couple times that I brought my tape recorder. But we're going to say it was the very first time, because it was either the first or second time that I ever, like, really hung out and played any music with Josh. I recently found the tape, and I have our night, like, recorded, which is kind of awesome. And it's me, Jake, and Josh, and it reminded me a lot of that night. Like, we wrote, like, it was the longest night ever. We stayed up all night until like 6 a.m. and we were just like delusional, and we were writing just for the first time, and we wrote a couple of awesome stuff, and to this day, it's a couple of my favorite things, favorite songs that I wrote with Josh. Mm-hmm. And someday I hope to actually officially record it on a record, like even just a clip of it. But that was when Josh officially was in the band, and it was me, Jake, and Josh for a little while. And we got the break contest tickets and all, but we couldn't find a drummer, I'm pretty sure, is why we couldn't follow through, and we couldn't play. So that didn't happen. Later on, that year was my senior year in high school, I think, and I graduated. And that summer, I was just after that, we tried really playing, writing stuff, we recorded a lot of demos, but we never got to play shows. So a lot of time went by, and then I graduated, and that summer I wasn't sure what I was going to do with my life, or with myself, and with anything. And because I didn't apply to colleges, I didn't have any other plan. Like, I had music as my plan. Mm-hmm. I had a few other things as my plan that were not realistic. Well, realistic.
Yeah, yeah.
And so I went to Warped Tour that year. It was my, I think my first year to ever go. Yeah. It was my first year. No. It was my second year ever. It was my second year to ever go. And I saw this band, Destroy Rebuilds Until God Shows, and
oh wow.
It was on my way out. Like, we're skipping the whole Warped Tour day to the end when me and Jake were leaving. And we're glimpsing them as we're walking out of the main stage and to leave. And it was around 8 o'clock, because I've never stayed until the fucking end, because it's just too long. I'm not that diehard for any of those bands. Well, except for The Used. Honestly, I will, if The Used were the last band on the Warped Tour, like, of a day, I would totally wait for them. So.
But it is a long ass day.
Yeah, I just couldn't. I've never been able to. I've only been to like 3 or 4, but so I was just like, that was actually pretty awesome. Destroyer build until that shit. Drugs. I can't stand that. So I went home that night and I looked it up, and I was just like, I loved Chiodos as a kid, and me and Liz, like, talk about those drives. Me and Liz used to blast that shit and just scream. And so I saw that Craig Owens was, like, trying to produce bands with my friend. Email this email if you're interested. And so I was like, you know what? Like, it's like, I think I should try that. Like, screw it if like, I'm not that style. Screw it if maybe it just would be weird. Maybe I didn't care. I was just like, let me try, because it's far away. Maybe this is what I need to do, is get away and try something outside of Jersey. A whole, like, random experience that I never expected to ever, like, actually do, because it came in that night when I read that status. Like, I never expected a week later to actually make that plan, and it happened. Because a week before that, I was just like, what am I fucking doing? Mm-hmm. I'm nauseous every day. I don't know what to do. What is life? And so I went up there, and I took Jake with me, and we went up there, as it reminds me of home. We had the demos that I had. I had a whole lot of new songs, so we recorded those, and they were all, like, kind of post-hardcore-ish. I don't know if you've ever heard that EP. I took everything down.
You know what, to be honest with you, I did not even know that you were in Reminds Me of Home. I didn't know
you never knew that was a thing?
I didn't
Yeah, that's because a lot of almost all my stuff until after Michigan was always kind of like I mean, even now, even with Years of Modern Earth, it's been very back and forth, not sure, like, because it's a delicate thing, I think, because it's my own stuff, it's my own music, it's my life, so I want to continue it as much as I can. So I went to 37 Studios, and we recorded 4 songs, plus a 5th one that was completely different than the others, which was Been Around the Block. And
oh my God.
Yeah,
Sorry.
we did Been Around the Block, and it was a joke. I wasn't going to do it. I didn't want to. I didn't want to at all. It was a joke. Because I really, like, I was, like, listening to a lot of kind of reggae and rap at the time, kind of. So I was like, I want to try to write this song. So before I went to Michigan, I wrote that. And it wasn't a joke. It was, like, for fun. It was just to see if I can write a song like that, you know? Because all of my other stuff was more emotional and like, whatever. And, of course, that was the song that everybody, like, was, like, pushing. And they were like, we love it. What are you doing with no, we want it. Stop doubting it. That is awesome. And I was like, it wasn't meant to be. Like, I didn't mean to write it for any reason, you know. It ended up being the song. Like, I guess Craig heard it and was just like, I want to manage you. And he asked me to move up there. So I was just, okay, I'm not going to college. I don't know what I'm doing in my life. Yes, do it. Let's do it. I moved up there, and it was yet another monumental time in my life where, like, that was the next monumental time after that first time, where my world, my perspective, my cause, my everything changed completely. I totally, like, I don't remember really saying much throughout it. I remember just listening and kind of taking everything in, because I wasn't really sure how I got there. And I didn't really, because the songs were all so different, I wasn't really sure, like, I was just kind of, like, confused, but everyone seemed to reciprocate, like, everyone, like, received it well, and it was great, and, I don't want to say too much about him, his business, because it's not my place, but it was definitely a fucked up situation again. So I got out of there, and I was just like, I decided I gotta move back to Jersey. I don't want to be. I left out the part where I had to leave Jake. Like, Jake had to stay in Jersey, I told him, like, I have to do this solo, so that maybe someday we can, like, maybe this means, you know, if I find purpose in this and it actually works out and this is where I'm meant to be, maybe that means someday we can actually start a band and actually get somewhere and successfully, and not, like, no, like, at least we'll have a direction, and that's all I've been trying to search for, is a direction, you know. So I got back in Jersey, and the first thing I did, well, before I even left, I already started looking for, asking around for people to start a band with. And Rick Thompson, Phil Adams, Josh Kubernat, and Joe Lucarini said yes. Well, Joe's kind of, like, not sure, because I don't think he really believed it. He was like, are you serious? And then like for a while he didn't show up, and so it was Josh, Rick, and Phil for a little while in Josh's shed. So we started the band, and I wanted to change. Jake didn't want to. Jake was in the middle of his school year. He didn't want to. He didn't want to join like right off the bat. He was kind of like he was doing his own thing. So we were like, okay, let's change the name. Let's move forward. Let's change the name. Let's not go back to It Reminds Me of Home, because it was going to still be my music. It was going to be the stuff that I even recorded in Michigan, and the stuff I had written before that. So it was still It Reminds Me of Home, but we changed the name. And I really wanted to keep that home theme. I wanted to keep something. And I was like, why don't we make it an acronym? And now I realize, like...
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't know. But
no, I now follow with a lot of what you were saying. Anyway, I'm sorry.
I didn't realize a connection that was made with that, the acronym thing, but I wanted to make an acronym because I wanted to be like... So...
I love you.
I was like, guys, come up with shit, because I don't want to just be the only one. Like, let's do it together. Let's come up with it. And Josh was like, oh, if we were an 80s hair metal band, we would be the heroes of modern Earth.
Oh, that's
and I'm like,
good.
And I'm like, that's it. That was meant to be. That's it. That's it. And even though I'm not a fan of the heroes part sometimes, like, because there's so many, like, you know, that's a lot all over the place. But, you know, altogether, I think it just fit. It just, like, it's not supposed to be a superhero thing. It's not supposed to be a, like, any, like, you know, just quick metaphor thing. Like, quick, oh, it's easy to say. Like, no, it's like, heroes of modern Earth. Think about it, you know. What could that be, and who could that be? It could be anybody, and we can change things with this name. It can be a lot, you know. It could be something bigger. So that's why I was just like, as soon as he said that, I didn't even laugh, or I didn't even say, like, I was just in when he said that. I was like, no. If we are us, yes, let's use it. And I'm glad that Josh came up with that.
That's so great. That's such a, okay. So yes, so that's awesome.
So it was really, yeah, that's what happened. And so we went with that, and I got a call from somebody in Michigan, and it was this guy, John Abelson. He had run this website, like blog, review site. They did interviews. It was kind of like Babetalk. alterthepress.com. Alter the Press.
Oh, okay.
And he gave me a call. I don't think he runs it anymore, but it was his thing. And so he gave me a call, and I was very surprised. He was like, listen, I know that you're back in Jersey. I was like keeping up with you while you were in Michigan. Like, everything you did, I was keeping up with it, and I really like what you were doing. Like, I like what you're putting out. I like your stuff. I see potential. I see something. So I don't usually do this, but like, I haven't really managed bands much. But do you need a manager, or would you wanna, like, do something? Like, do you need some help? Like, I mean, it wouldn't be like a huge thing, but maybe like just a little bit. And I said, yeah. Like, he's this Englishman, and he's got so much energy, and he's just great. And I even just got off the phone with him today. So he's been a supporter and actually like a good friend for a couple of years. Like I haven't actually gotten to meet him yet, but for a little bit there, he managed us, and he helped us out a lot. He helped me out, and he was always there for advice, and he got us on the gun show. He got the Been Around the Block on the gun show.
Really?
And yeah, do you know the gun show?
I want to say it's on
It's at
MTV.
Madison Square Garden.
Yeah. Oh wait.
MTV too?
No,
It's not on TV. It's a web show. It's a radio show on Adobe Radio, the Guns show.
Oh shit! I didn't know that, but that's still amazing.
Yeah, he does like Guns does he interviews like all kinds of bands in the scene, like the Warped Tour scene, and I mean maybe other scenes, but I don't. That's what I associate him with. No offense if that was ever heard.
I'll give it
I mean, well, I'm not like so.
That scene.
So. Yeah, so he got the Been Around the Block on there, and that was pretty awesome because some people heard it, some important people, I believe, and we moved forward. We're gonna jump months and months. I went up to New York, recorded some stuff, tried some stuff out. That person, the people that got in touch with us, they got me in touch with a couple labels. Well, not in touch, but like sent the music out to certain labels.
Mm-hmm.
And because I was just like, yo, what's going on? Like, do you think after we're done recording something for real, we could send this to this label or this label or this label? And they were like, yeah. And I had gotten an email from this guy at Hopeless, and they were into the stuff that was going on, but not like they wanted a little more. They wanted to see where it went, and really after that, there was I think a 6-month period where the guys in the band then, which at that point I skipped a lot, and that was when I skipped forward very far. John wasn't managing us anymore because he just needed to. He was doing his own thing, so he even from the start was just like, it's not going to be a major management thing, just a minor for a little bit. So he had to keep going, and he had to move. So after that, then it was just me, Jake, and Joe for after Josh had been out. So things were just not clicking with songwriting, like what I was writing. The band, well, it wasn't really Jake, it was Joe. They just didn't want, I'm just going to be real right now. He just didn't want what I wanted. Too fucking bad. It's my music. I'm going to go forward with or without you, because if you really wanted to do this, you would put your ego down and we would do this together.
Yeah. Doing
things together takes a certain compromise depending on the role, and especially in a band. If I'm writing the music, we need to, and I always was trying to change things up for them, because I don't want to totally I didn't want to make them unhappy, because they were my best friends, and I wanted them. I was always trying to make it a family. I've always just tried to make these groups a family, but everyone wants something else, and it's hard to find the true right people. Maybe it was just right people at the time, is what I've come down to thinking. all these change-ups that I've had in the past. I think it's just they were good for that time, but I think I am meeting the right people now for maybe, hopefully, for life. Like, and it's every time you think that, you think this is it. They're in it for life. Like, I feel it. Like, we can do this together for a long time. But no, like, there was always a disagreement, like, here or there with Joe specifically. Jake and I always had, like, the same ideas. Like, he loves a lot of music. A lot of music. So he was open to a lot more stuff. And he was getting influenced by Joe. So what could I do? Like, and I don't want to get too personal with, like, family, like, his family and stuff, Jake's family. So I'm not going to, but we were spending a lot of time at his mom's, and it just got to the point where it was just getting kind of, like, fucking ridiculous. Like, I just wanted to do this for real. I'm not messing around. I want to take it seriously, and I want to be taken seriously. And I haven't been. Because I've had to stop so many times. And I've had to be held back so many times, or I haven't had enough money to I haven't had I don't have a car, I don't have this, I don't have transportation, I don't have that, I don't have equipment, it's still really hard. So but in the end, all I have is my songs. All I have are my songs. And if anyone's going to forget that, who's involved in any group that I'm in, then we're not meant to play together, because it's all, for me, this vision of Modern Earth, it's not just me. I want a group of people that want to have a call, like, sing and play and fight for the same cause that I do, and that's just balance and equality and realness and, like, acceptance, and accepting that some people suck and some people don't, but you can't, like, hurt them on purpose, and you can't do these things just because you want them. Like, everybody is involved. Mm-hmm. And we should all, in the end, not, like, hate each other, but things happen. And so I just moved on, and I was like, I need to go back to square one again. Like, when this was the third monumental time. So this is the third. When I moved on, I said, I need to go on my own again. So for the third time, I went on my own again, and I went home. I wasn't living with my parents for, like, about a year. So I moved back in, and I recorded a few songs. That was 6 months after I was in touch with Hopeless. And I finished these songs, and I sent them to them. I sent them to Hopeless. Mm-hmm. Sent them to my guys. So from there, it was kind of like, all of a sudden, they wanted to see me play, but then I sent those songs, and they were like, wait, screw it. I mean, this is some real stuff. Like, you're saying some awesome things in these songs. You're saying some, like, we can feel you. We feel you. Let's do this. And it was just a special case. It wasn't like it really, like, when people ask me how I did it, it was just, I can't tell you how you'll do it, if that's what you're asking me, because only you can do it your way. I can do it my way, and you do it your way. And that's probably my answer from now on, because sometimes I try to, like, explain it so that it doesn't sound so like like meh, like just
Yeah.
blank, like blank. But really, it's just I will do things my way, and you do things your way, and I can't really give you that answer for anything. Like um, anything in life, that's just how it is. I think it's just there's no formula to really anything. So, uh, so that's we're up to me signing with Hopeless. It was we put together everything for Day Tripper. I just named it that because I wasn't sure if I wanted to go forward with Heroes of Modern Earth at that point or not. Like I actually was gonna give up on it and change the name to like Day Tripper was one of them because of the Beatles song. I'm a huge Beatles fan, but then we were just like me and the team at Hopeless, and then like even with myself, like we were just like nah, not that, not this, not this, not this. We like Heroes of Modern Earth. I think there's something there. Like that's what they said. I think they're like we believe in that name. We believe the music goes hand in hand with that. There's a message here, and I think that you should keep that. And whether it's gonna end up just being you or not, which I just always a given. No, it's not gonna end up just being me. I don't want it to be.
Yeah.
Even if it's my music, I I'm amazing, and I look up to Max in a lot of ways. Um, not every way, but a lot of ways. And he, because I sort of want to get to that point, but I mean a little bit in my own way. I wanna do different things than he has, but I definitely, when it comes to being the writer of the music, and then also being kind of left like people not understanding if it's just is this a solo artist? Is this a singer songwriter? Is this just acoustic stuff? What is this? Like, well, right now it's it's still like apparently it's still in progress. So,
Mhm.
but uh, after that, I got a band together just for some shows. It wasn't gonna be permanent. Like no one was gonna be permanent. I wanted to like test the waters and like see if they could be, but no one really was. Like there were a couple hopefuls that, and like Danny, Danny has definitely stuck within the bubble, even after him going to school.
Mhm.
And also, Josh is stuck inside of the bubble in a way. Like we haven't really been able to see each other much, but I'd like to get him involved in some way, even if like who knows if he actually ends up being able to come on tour or not, or who knows if he can. But I'm really trying to keep those two at least involved in any way. And um, just after that, my experience. Let's all right. Let's take a break for a second. So, uh, we're at the pretty much at the end of the band sort of history timeline, and we're at Hopeless. Like we're at Hopeless right now.
Yeah.
Um, because I wasn't already established and touring and had actually like I had those three songs. I didn't mention I recorded them, produced them, engineered them. I did everything, and there were no real instruments besides my acoustic guitar,
Mhm.
and just like a bunch of sound effects and like random like some of the drumming were a couple of pencils and stuff like that. So
Amazing.
I did that, and that was because I was just like everything that everybody wants. I need to do this for myself for once. Like, for just stop trying so hard to keep these people together. You got to do something for yourself, even though everyone's telling you you're selfish. Like, no, 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 no. Like, so that's what got me signed. So, and it was because I was true to myself and to everything. I was just trying to be true and trying to make a point that I mean everything I say. I don't, So, blah, 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 blah. Hopeless.
Yes.
I don't want to say much because I honestly don't know what I can say. I don't know much, but I won't give away much. I don't know much about what I can say. I've gotten the bands together a couple times. Finding a booking agent was hard because they don't know what music it is. Because you hear Bay Tripper, it's cool, but you don't know what you're gonna hear live.
Yeah.
We recreated it, freaking awesome, but it was like straight up like epic rock. Like, it was a fucking rock show. It was like a punk. Huh. It was pretty pop punk, pop rock, like, but also like, think like Taking Back Sunday, The Used, Say Anything type rock that's like all blended together. It's like all like big sounding and epic, like we reconstructed it to sound like that, to be like very like presentable in a band, like a full band way. There was no sound effects, like, and all of the leads and everything we put together was to really emphasize on the sound effects, like the leads that Josh has a way of just bending his like, he just is a master of the guitar to make it sound like it shouldn't, and he just, to like emulate the sound effects, he would like do these little like magical, he's just playing magic, like there's just magic
just
going
playing
on,
magic,
and so it sounded freaking awesome. I was so I was never happier playing any live shows. That was like the happiest. We played a few shows when we recreated the band, like, and recreated it. And we played like with a Lost for Words, Major League, Handguns on a couple of their Lost Boy tour shows, and I was actually like lucky to play those because I felt like a reject. It was weird. I felt like I was not meant to be there. The music, everything, like, it was just not, it was so out of place. But then, after we played first, both nights, people were like, we didn't expect that. What is up? Like, I was like,
oh yeah.
I really appreciated that, because that's what, I needed, that reassurance, even just from the couple of people that did say something, because they were just not sure what was going on when we got on stage. But when we got off, it was humbling and like refreshing and helpful for my thought process on everything and where to go, what to do after that next time. And it was just, it was good. And, but going back to the booking agent, it was hard to get one because they didn't know. So it was hard, and we couldn't. So I then focused, I told the guys, I don't think it's working out for right now. We need to, like, I need to assess I need to, like, put all the songs together on my own time, and practicing is really pointless. Like, you I don't think are right for this with me. You are awesome, but I think we need to, like, I need to go back to square one with, like, maybe just Danny, and me and Danny will, like, we're gonna record some stuff in his place, and we're gonna see where it goes from there, and maybe I'll get back to you about future stuff, maybe not. And I'll just let you know. Well, no matter what, I'll let you know. And like, so we just spent a good few months just trying to record stuff. And in the meantime, trying to get Hopeless on board with recording the first album, because I've been sitting on like dozens of songs, to be honest with you, and I mean, it's just accumulating, because today I wrote a song, today, and tomorrow I might, and I don't know, some days, some weeks I don't, but then some weeks I write like fucking 10, but it was just a lot of lulls, because there was no manager, no booking agent. There was just me and Danny, or just me behind the scenes, really trying to be creative and trying to put that out there, or trying to get Hopeless on board with the first album. But it's because I am not established. I'm not already touring. I'm not already there was already like a confusion of what the next release was going to be, so there was even more hesitance from the label.
I'm following what
you mean. At the time, the label had, I think, a diverse lineup going on. They also signed a lot of reunion bands, I think, and there was just a good mix of sounds and genres.
I think the same day you got signed, it was
Kick Drums.
It was Taking Back Sunday also.
Oh, and Taking Back Sunday.
Yeah.
And that was kind of cool. That's why I was stoked, because there was a lot of different choices. There wasn't just like one single, and it was like positive. It seemed like this positive label. I think this is a good match, and I thought they would be on board with all of the stuff that I had, and because, but because they weren't sure how, if they, because of my contract, all of my stuff, what I got out of it, they weren't sure there was a yes, if they should say yes or no, because they were scared, I think. And it's understandable, but so the past couple of years, I'm gonna make a long story short, not get too into it, and not get too unprofessional and lose my composure. I've just tried again to ask them for a campaign, to get me in a studio, get me in a fucking studio. That's all I need. That's all I need. I need to get in a studio. How many times do I have to? There's no other point. What is the point of all of this?
Exactly.
Does that make any sense to you? Does that make any sense? I don't like business, because I am a grateful person, and I don't like fighting because of business. I don't want to. That's why I want a manager, is so that he can fight for me and I don't have to ever. So that, because I don't want to. I don't want to fight about business. That's not what business sucks. But so I don't know what to demand. I don't know what I have the rights to. So I went to Nashville. I hung out with Aaron Sprinkle for a little bit, a couple times. Well, one time, and the second time he had a family emergency, so it fell through. So I didn't do that. But I spent that week with Danny in Nashville, and it was fun. And that was actually I almost recorded the first record with him. I really wanted to, but it's so far away, and after that trip, it was because I kind of wasted a lot of money Like, it's okay, but because a lot of money was put into that trip, I just couldn't put it into another trip again. So it wasn't gonna work. But that whole week we could have recorded some stuff. So that almost happened. And then I recorded. I actually befriended Fred Mascherino through Kelsey. And he was just like, yeah, let's hang out, let's play some music. And then it just because of legal stuff, it just fell through. So that's around the time I had met Peter, and we're almost at right now in the present time.
Yeah,
We're pretty much right here. Because I just skipped a lot of bullshit because it doesn't matter. The timeline matters, and I met Peter at a house show that I played, which I just played a little acoustic set, and you were there. And
that's when you met Peter, really?
That is the day I met Peter.
Oh.
And
I still have those photos. I should get over to you at some point in time. Hey, look, I'm Molly. I'm an asshole. Go on.
And that was when I met him, and we just like clicked right off the bat. We have so much in common. We have so many of the same ideals in life, in music, in what we want, what the change we want to see in the world. And like we have a lot of the same values. And I took it really slow, and I told him from the start, you know what? This is the time we're gonna treat this like a serious relationship right now, because all of my relationships with anybody too fast, you know. And even though we got along really fast, I was like, let's not. I don't want you to. I know that you're a bassist and you're pretty good, but I don't want to like get your hopes up for anything. So let's just ease you in on this, and let's see how I feel as we go through it, and let's see how things pan out with Hopeless and with the next, with whatever the next release is. And he just the steps that we took like forward, like from when Fred, like he was with me with Fred, and then from then on he introduced me to Shane, because he showed me Shane's stuff, Shane Becker, and he showed me his solo stuff that he had written or done like years ago, and I was blown away. I was like, this guy's local? Like, this kid? And he was like, yeah, he used to drum. Like, he was my drummer for, like, we were in Commercial Criticism together.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
And I was like, really? How did I not know of this? And how did I not know of you? Like, Commercial Criticism, all of a sudden you, like, showed up, like, you hosted that house show, and now this whole scene, or, like, all these bands are, like, opened up to me. Even though Grand Air Booking I did find out about them and like all of that scene, the Hamilton scene, when I first signed with Hopeless, because it was like I remember it was I had met Jose, and I was like, hey, I'm actually signing. Yeah, I was like, I'm actually signing with Hopeless, like, but I'm gonna need to start somewhere, and no matter what, I need to start somewhere. And I really love, because I went to a show and it was just packed, and it was like everyone was digging the music. It was no one was distracted by drinks or anything, like nothing. There was no distraction. There was just music, and everyone cared about it. So I was just like, yes, this is what I've been looking for a long time. So that was when I met Jose, like a year before that. But then when Peter came in, I was just like, there's even more that I didn't know about, like more people and more bands around that area. So yeah, I went in the studio with Shane, and that was it. Like, I told myself fuck whatever Hopeless thinks, fuck whatever anyone thinks or anyone says. I'm recording with Shane Becker, and I'm getting a fucking release out. Like, anything, I'm doing it. It's happening, and I'm not taking no. I can't do that.
Mm-hmm.
So, I can't. So, we're like 50% done because we've had to postpone for many like legal purposes. But
yeah,
I might have said a lot of stuff that I'm not supposed to. But
I'm like,
eh.
We'll
I'm
do
getting
this, and then, we'll see if we can we'll publish this.
You know, oh wait, yeah, because this is live. At least we're live streaming. Nah, I haven't really said much. I've skipped a lot. So I really just, I'm happy. I want anyone who's watching, if anybody is, to know that there are songs coming, and life is a really fucking funny thing. It plays cruel jokes on you, but you just gotta keep trying, and that's all I think I can say to make up for like all of the back and forth and like anything, all the years of trying and like not being able to like not getting anywhere really. I really just I hope that this will be it, but try and try again,
Yeah.
So, but you'll hear something. You will hear something.
So you said new music. You flirted with tours. Is that a thing that might be a thing?
I think after these songs are done, it will be clear to any booking agent, any manager, anyone, what we will sound like live.
Oh, I am so excited to hear this shit. I am very, very itching.
I guess that's the best. That's the one thing I could say is it'll be clear what we.
You guys are gonna get a little bit more definitive.
Yes. So.
I
whether it exceeds your expectations, doesn't. It's going to be legit.
It's gonna be legit. It's gonna be amazing. Well,
I hope so.
Let's give people.
I'm sorry about that.
About what?
That was fucking long as hell. Long as hell.
You know what? It's weird because like even with all the questions that I would have asked, you literally covered the bases from like your inspirations, from where you pull from, for how you went from your transition from the other drugs type of style to Heroes on Nerve to the origin of the name. You literally covered everything that I would have asked you to begin with. So it was like a self-sustaining interview. You literally just gave a self-sustaining interview.
Woo!
There you go. The only other thing that I would
Kelsey's probably like, she sucks.
It's like, don't fucking listen to this loser.
She's tired of it. She wants it to be over. I don't. I could do it forever because I have no friends. I'm kidding.
Yeah, you have so many. Oh my god. Yeah. Okay.
I ain't gonna be like that.
I feel like I ain't got no friends. No new niggas, nigga. We don't feel that.
No, Peter's my friend.
Peter's my friend. And Peter's a good friend of that too.
Yeah. Yeah.
The only question that I think I might have for you that hasn't been covered is, what do you think that people like if you had like, because your message is clear within, like, even though the music style might not be as clear, your message in your music is clear. What do you think that message would be, or what message do you want to convey to other people listening to your music, or you being as an artist?
I think that the music speak for that, to be honest with you, because I write all the lyrics on this stuff. It really will tell everybody what's up.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know, so.
It's all like, I think my cause is all over the board, all across the board, and I don't like to write about specifically like as opposed to like in the past when I wrote just about like love or unrequited love or something like that. Now I write about uh, um, ulterior motives everywhere. Uh, you know, racism, sexism, um, just anything that the masses are going through. I just want people. I want people our age to really be more self-aware of it and more aware of themselves and more aware of um how their everyday movements, like every little step that they take matters, and every step that we take can affect, like really, and it's a cliche, but it's I mean, and I want to constantly I want anyone listening, like I want anyone who hears my music to know that I am about the cliches. I'm all a fucking about them. I'm all a fucking about them because they're true, and everything you do matters, and everything you do affects somebody else, and uh, it's like not everyone's gonna see it, perceive it your way. No matter what, maybe there is an ultimate, like maybe I don't want to say peace isn't possible, but maybe it's gonna be really a lot harder than it's easier said than done.
Yeah.
But I think that with my music, I just want people to think a little more. Even if I mean, there's even with the stuff that we recorded, even with this release, isn't gonna be nearly as mature and as big as I even want it to sound on the first record. Like the first record, whether this was like, because there are quite a few songs that even if this gets considered a record, I want it to be an EP because it's a showcase kind of. But no matter what, I want the first be that next step for even ahead of that. So but with this EP, it's just a showcase of that. It's just a glimpse of what could even become the next thing. So like even if somebody might be disappointed in a song or two or three, who knows, with this, I just want this to be a nice little like this is clear. We hear this, we hear you out, and we're ready for more, and we're ready for what else you have to say, and we're ready, like we're about it, and that's what I kind of just, that's where I want it to be, like. But I'm very big on lyrics. Most of the songs that are on this upcoming release are a few years old, but I put specifically three songs that were recently written so that people that they will definitely be happy with that, I think, those, because they'll see what I really want to do. So the old stuff will be, you'll know you'll be able to defer which Amanda is where. This Amanda now is here, that Amanda's there, but that's still me, and that's still what I want to do, but it's all across the board. It's all just across the board, and that's it. And the music will speak for itself, and I'm not saying anything else after this. This is all. That's why I wanted to do this, was to say my piece, and whether it matters or not, and go from there, and just when it comes, it will come. It won't. There will be no hyping. There's no hype. I'm done with that. Because I can't stand the hype anymore, unless it's for some real shit.
Yeah. You're gonna want to.
And there are a lot of bands right now that are hyped that I love, like that. I'm like it's not like I'm saying this doesn't happen now. That like I'm the one. No, no way. But I'm just saying for Here's Minor specifically, with like anything that's gonna go on, I don't want to hype it. That's my point. So and that I promise everything that I say and write and do is all like honest, and I just want I'm all about the dream, and I'm all about hope, and I'm trying to keep a hold of it, and it's really hard to some days it's really hard to when you work towards something your whole life, and things fall through, because this really, like, I can't say that I've worked towards anything else, and but I at least am working towards this, not just for myself, but to help other people that are like me. And that's very vague, like me, like what am I like? But a lot of stuff that in the past couple hours is very vague. But we're starting off somewhere. So let's play that song.
Yes. Okay. So, do you want to give any background to it before I start it off, and then I'll just go on your cue.
The song is really just about everyone being completely disconnected from each other, and I just feel like whenever I walk down the street, especially in Philly, like in the subway, everyone's just disconnected. Everyone's just miserable, and I can't help but feel everyone's so miserable, and we don't want to talk to each other, and so that's what this is about. Is like, whether it just you'll hear it in the song. Okay. So there you go.
All right. Title?
Live Again.
Here we go.
Save me, see, I'm always last to know about almost everything. I'm alone, it's a disease. You're always on your phone, yeah, you can't even reach me. Put it down, let it go. I've seen it all, the motherfucking rise and fall. We once stood so tall, now we're so low. It may be okay with your invisible friends, your invisible stars, and it won't get sucked in, 'cause I'm not okay with it, and I won't pretend. I'm done with hallucinations, I wanna live again. I wanna live again. Save me the speech, your 3-paragraph approach. If you can't say it out loud, then I don't wanna know what you believe, 'cause that's no way to grow. To you it's so 2002 to go to a show. I've seen it all, the end of all the curtain calls. We now feel so small, now we're so low. You may be okay with your invisible friends and your invisible sadness. I won't get sucked down, 'cause I'm not okay with it, and I won't pretend. I'm down with hallucination, I wanna live again. Whoa. I've seen it all, the wonder in my eyes, the awe, no, not one flaw. But I think I've been living with invisible friends, and invisible starts and ends. I think I got sucked in, but I'm not okay with it, and I won't pretend. I'm done with hallucinations. I wanna live a, you may be okay with your invisible friends and your invisible stars in it. I won't get sucked in again, 'cause I'm not okay with it, and I won't pretend. I'm done with hallucinations. I wanna live again. I wanna live again. I wanna live again, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanna live again, yeah, yeah, yeah. I wanna live again.
Hey, we're back.
Suppy, and we're back.
We're back.
So, like, I can't tell you the amount of times that I used to listen to your shit, like, back when, like, I think I was, God, what was it, freshman in college? Me and Mackenzie used to wake up with, Been Around the Block as our
What?
alarms in the morning.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, God, absolutely. I think that was for, like, a cool, like, few months. And then, like, and
No
that's why,
fucking
like,
way. Get out of
absolutely.
town.
Oh no, Mackenzie will attest to it, like absolutely. But I'm so excited to see like exactly what you're going to be doing within these next few months. I am itching at the fucking bone.
That just warmed my heart, Ollie. All right.
Oh man, yeah.
I had no idea that. I like wonder if anyone listens to my stuff at all sometimes.
Because I remember it was the.
So to hear that you met your alarm.
Oh my God! I used to yes for a while. I used to start off my day because it was with the blue EP. It was with the blue album cover, right?
Wait, the blue album cover? The
blue
EP.
album,
Well, it wasn't blue, but
because it had the scratchy on it. It was he was the scratchy and the yeah.
Yeah. Oh, I know what you're talking about. The blue. Okay. Because that was the profile picture on Facebook. So maybe that's what happened. I don't know.
And I think, because I could have sworn I either downloaded it off of MySpace or something along the lines of that. But yeah, so when you said that when you were with the band that you were in reminds me of Home and Been Around the Block, I was like, oh fuck.
Yeah, well, that wasn't. Weird... Been Around the Block was Here's a Modern Earth. It was.
Yeah, it was Here's a Modern Earth, but you recorded it first as.
Yes.
Or
yeah.
Yes, you recorded it first as that, and I was like, wait, that name.
I did.
That name means something. That name is part of something. But
yeah,
I mean, I am so stoked to have you come on the show. We have to cut it here because we're about like
that's
half
fine.
an hour
No,
over.
yeah, it's 11:09. I can't believe that.
But yeah.
Damn. Long couple hours.
A
good couple hours though.
It was a good.
This is like therapy for me too. It was very therapeutic. Thank you.
Absolutely. I'm here for everybody that I love. When you start to release everything, rest assured that we'll share the shit out of it. You don't need to hype it. You got your hype man here. Hype man here.
Ollie, I love you. Thank you. Sad Fest. That's what I think I should. I do want to say that last thing is Sad Fest. I'm playing. Do you know the date? May 29th? May 28th?
I don't know, but we will also be there too. Babetalk will be at Sadfest. We're going to have a table set up.
Because we don't want it misinformed at 3 p.m.
Yes, because that's actually going to be a thing.
Yeah, it's for a good cause. It's for suicide prevention, suicide awareness, and just depression awareness. And I
that's
hope
something
that
we
many
can all get behind, absolutely.
Exactly, yeah. I hope that everybody that is involved and goes to it shows up, definitely is aware of everything and doesn't, treats everybody awesome and just enjoys all the bands. And I hope that it's a good time.
So it's gonna be me. It's gonna be Babetalk. It's gonna be me and Hyrns. It's gonna be Heroes and Modern Nerds. It's gonna be Sad Fest. We're gonna have a lot of stuff coming out, but we're gonna.
And I will not confirm. I will not confirm if it's full band or not.
You are always elusive with information. It's just like something's gonna happen soon. We will be on it.
I wish I wasn't. I really wish I wasn't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
No, because it goes with like your aesthetic. It goes with your aesthetic, so it's perfectly fine.
I try. I just need people to help me with the answers, man. Yeah. The details are hard for me to really conjure up in the moment, but there you go. You don't know. Yeah, maybe full band, may not, and that's it. I'm good with that. Right. I'm great with that. I'm gonna now search for a Yankees jersey without Jeter because that was my favorite. He was my favorite player as a kid.
Absolutely, we will be matching. We will be matching.
If that's okay with you.
Oh, girl, absolutely. I am fine with uniforms. Right. we a team. We now a team. There we go. Amazing. Retired.
Okay.
All right.
Cool.
So,
he's retired. But have a good night.
You as well, man. Thank you for coming on the show. To everyone else that's listening, good night and enjoy the rest of your evenings. Peace.
Bye.